Look who just popped up in Nashville like a glitter bomb at a football brofest. Yep, it's Taylor Swift crashing Travis Kelce's NFL Nerd Convention, also known as Tight End University. This wasn't just some random pop-in either. This was the launch night of TEU, and who strolls in beside Kansas City's favorite tight end? None other than the Queen of Eras herself. Picture this, a sea of biceps, backward caps, and tight end legends, and then boom, Taylor at the bar, sipping something fancy while football guys try not to fangirl. Kelce had been spotted earlier doing his gridiron god duties at the event. He started with George Kittle and Olsen, aka the Avengers of Tight Ends. Later that night, the party shifted to a bougie rooftop bar called LA Jackson where everyone cleaned up real nice, and then bam! Tay-Tay shows up like she's about to drop a surprise album called Friday Night Lights. Insiders say it's a pretty big deal when she's there, since the NFL dudes take this tight end summit seriously, like chalk talk, recovery hacks, and enough game tape to put your dad to sleep. Oh, and the timing? Chef's kiss. This TEU gig came hot off the heels of Kelce's weekend flex in New York City, where he and Taylor hit up a fancy Italian spot. But don't be fooled by the chill vibes. Word is, he's seriously grinding to get back in peak shape after almost calling it quits post-Super Bowl. Now he's back in camp, looking fresh, reunited with Mahomes and eyeing that season opener in Brazil, but not before squeezing in one last rich boy field trip. So here's Kelce hopping from a cozy NYC dinner with Taylor to a helicopter headed straight for East Hampton like he's Batman but make it country club. 1 minute he's twirling pasta at Teresi with the pop queen, next thing you know, boom! He's high in the sky with his bro Ross Travis, flying to a golf course so exclusive it practically demands a DNA test for entry. Insiders say the club's got a $400,000 initiation fee and a net worth requirement that make most folks break into a cold sweat. No carts allowed unless you're medically certified, which basically means you'd better have Olympic-level legs or a very convincing limp. But Kelce rocking his signature dad on a yacht look, polo, khakis, backwards cap, and a canned drink that definitely wasn't La Croix, looked completely in his element. Man was straight vibing, walking the course like it was his backyard. After swinging clubs and sipping who knows what, Kelce and the crew made their stylish exit. Golf shoes in one hand, boarding the helicopter like they were escaping a movie set. But before all this golf glamour, Kelce also made a pit stop in Cannes, because why not throw in a little south of France while you're jet-setting across the continent? He and brother Jason showed up at the Amazon port panel, probably to chat about their podcast New Heights, while soaking in some Riviera sunshine. And meanwhile back in the States, Taylor was unintentionally leaving a trail of emotional carnage at a Manhattan hotspot. Enter Serena Carrian, influencer, podcaster, and self-declared queen of confidence, who found herself in what can only be described as the social version of slipping on a banana peel. Picture it! Taylor is out enjoying a chill night with Travis, Blake Lively, and Ryan Reynolds when Serena spots her and decides it's go time for a product pitch. Now most people would just fangirl and maybe cry softly in their ravioli, but not Serena. She pulls a full rom-com montage. Boyfriend sends her card game via Uber. She leaves the restaurant, dodges paparazzi like she's in the Bourne Identity, then camps out for her golden opportunity. The mission? Hand Taylor a deck of her Let's Fucking Date cards like it's a VIP invite to Cool Kid Paradise. Taylor, being Taylor, responded with what insiders say was Olympic-level politeness, smiled, thanked her like 3 times, and noped out of the freebie with the kind of grace that probably made angels weep. But poor Serena, mortified, like bury me under a potted plant level mortified. She later joked it looked like she was handing over a cigarette or some kind of suspicious contraband, and honestly, same! Taylor's got security Swifties and probably CIA-level threat assessments. She's not about to accept a mystery deck from a stranger, no matter how sparkly their Instagram bio is. Still, Serena's taking the L like a champ. She kept the rejected deck like a trophy of awkward honor and is already plotting her funny story moment for the day she and Taylor inevitably become besties. Honestly, who among us hasn't had a fantasy where rejection turns into a montage and ends in a friendship bracelet exchange? You gotta respect the hustle. She shot her shot, and hey, even if it airballed, she still got the content, the cringe, and a story for the next episode. But speaking of awkward moments turned iconic, let's rewind to when Taylor Swift herself took a major L, only to turn it into solid Grammy gold. Flashback to 2010, Taylor, still rocking country curls and sparkly dresses, hits the Grammy stage with rock goddess Stevie Nicks. The plan? A dreamy duet that would go down in music history. The reality? Critics came for her vocals like they had a personal vendetta and a Twitter thread ready to go. One particularly savage reviewer basically acted like Taylor had single-handedly slayed the spirit of rock and roll with that performance. The word off-key got thrown around like confetti at a New Year's party, and insiders say Swift was not about to let that slide quietly into the sad song abyss. So what did she do? She did what any emotionally resilient, sparkly powerhouse would do. She grabbed her guitar and penned a lyrical middle finger disguised as an inspirational anthem. Thus, Mean was born. And no, she never name-dropped the critic, but let's just say a certain salty music blogger probably needed aloe for months. Mean didn't just become a banger, it turned into an anti-bullying anthem, a Grammy-winning comeback, and the theme song of every kid who's ever been roasted in gym class, cafeteria line, or during a brutal dodgeball match. This wasn't just a hit, it was the glittery middle finger to every hater who ever rolled their eyes at her twang, mocked her curls, or told her to stick to diaries instead of dream big. 2 Grammys later, including Best Country Song and Best Solo Performance, Taylor strutted back into the Grammys like a sparkly phoenix rising from a bonfire of high school drama and music critic snark, performing the song in full prairie core glam, with her band dressed like they'd just walked off the set of Little House on the Savage Clapback. Ribbons, banjos, and all. And then came the ultimate mic drop moment. Taylor, standing under a rain of stage lights, swapped out the final chorus lyrics live on stage. No one saw it coming, but Swifties clocked it in 0.2 seconds flat. Because when Taylor says she always gets the last word, she's not just scribbling in a journal, she's harmonizing it, belting it out with a full band, stage smoke, and probably a banjo solo. She didn't just sing Mean, she reclaimed it, rewrote the rules, and made sure the whole world heard her say in perfect pitch, "Still not sorry." And clearly she's got a type. Musical revenge arcs and men with massive hearts and even bigger biceps. Enter Travis Kelce, a walking touchdown who just bagged another kind of trophy. No, not another Super Bowl ring, but the Outstanding Leadership Award for being a community hero. That's right. While other NFL players are flexing their stats, Kelce is flexing his philanthropy. His nonprofit, 87 and running, just hit the 10-year mark of doing absolute good guy magic. We're talking youth programs, mentorship, sports clinics, basically turning under-resourced kids into future MVPs of life. And it's not just for show. Sources say the man is deeply involved, not just signing checks and disappearing into the sunset. He's in the trenches, building up kids with the same dedication he gives to fourth-quarter plays. Insiders are whispering that this kind of heart of gold energy is exactly what made Taylor's glittery heart skip a beat. Sure, the helicopter rides and Hamptons golf weekends are cute and all, but nothing says boyfriend material like founding a nonprofit and sticking with it for a decade. Add in a heartfelt speech from a state rep and you've got Kelce being handed awards while wearing designer suits like he's the prom king of compassion. And the balance? Immaculate. One day he's mentoring the youth of Cleveland, the next he's clinking wine glasses with Taylor at Teresi. Throw in a $400K membership golf game with Ross Travis just for flair, and it's clear Kelce's got the off-field hustle locked down just as tight as his game day roots. He's not just playing football, he's playing the long game. And Taylor, queen of lyrics and legacies, is clearly vibing with someone who knows how to build both. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.